don't want it to go. Hello everyone, my name is Laura. This is my channel, Laura's Little Library, and welcome to today's video, which is my December reset. So today is actually the 3rd of December, but it is the first free day I have in December to do this reset. I'm really excited. I'm also a little sad because autumn is my favorite season, but I am also very excited for winter and Christmas, so I'm trying to focus on that excitement rather than the sadness of autumn being done. So this video is going to be just taking down the autumn decorations, putting up the Christmas and the winter decorations. I'm gonna have a little book haul, just a bunch of like cozy, just getting myself ready for December and just welcoming in the new season. Because it's December and it's already snowed, it does feel like winter here, so I'm very ready to get in the mood. If I sound a little tired or stuffy, not only is it because of the weather change, but also I have not had my coffee yet because I want to switch out my mugs. So yeah, this is a new thing for me, okay? I have an advent calendar, and growing up, all of my friends always had advent calendars, but that was just something my parents never did for me growing up. That was just not something they thought about doing. But now that I'm an adult, I decided that I would give it a try, and so I do have an advent calendar. I will also be opening the first 2 days for that since it's already December 3rd. So yeah, let's get to redecorating, book hauling, all that jazz. And I also forgot to mention I am currently reading Champions of Fate by Kendare Blake. So that's what I will be listening to. So those are all the decorations that I have for the shelves. It's not as much like as I have for fall or for spooky season, because most of the time when I get my yearly like decorations budget, I tend to blow it on fall because it comes first. And I don't have the patience to wait until winter or Christmas, so these are what I got. I am very happy with them, but I might try and collect little bits as the season goes on. This is new. And I like the look of them from far away. The closer up you get, it's a little bit like, we'll see. But again, I think if I pick up little things here and there and just make little minor adjustments, it'll be perfect. I'm still debating if I want it just in front of the books like this, or if I actually want to lift up all the books and place them on top. All that would do is lift it up a little bit more, so I don't know if it would really make it worse. But yeah, so those are the shelves. We'll do downstairs in a little bit, but I wanted to pause and do the advent calendar and then a mini book haul from all the books that I've gathered in the past few months. I've decided that I'm no longer doing giant book hauls when I have a ton of books, but I'm actually going to do mini book hauls in resets like this and vlogs and things like that, just because it's a little more manageable, and a lot of times I really want to read the new books that I buy, but it feels weird to buy them, read them, and then want to review them when I haven't even hauled them yet. So we're gonna do that, but let's get started with the advent calendar. So I got the advent calendar sent to me. I ordered it using my own money. Nothing is sponsored. I don't get sponsors or anything, so this was all paid for by my money. And I think it is a jewelry based one, or an enamel pin, like just like little medals. And it had me select gold or silver, and I went with gold because I have a lot of silver jewelry. I wear a lot of silver jewelry, but I have quite a few outfits that would look better with gold, but I just don't have gold jewelry to go with it, so I thought this would be perfect. So as it is December 3rd, we can go ahead and get started with the first two items and opening up the box. This is what it looks like. It is incredibly cute, and I'm so excited. It's going to take so much self-control. So opening it up and this is from the Enamel Library. It's got the little name there. So this is from the Enamel Library. It is an Australian small business. So if you're interested, there you go. But we have our very first one. Cute! Okay, so there is the scratch off card for the advent calendar. And it's got an adorable little ladybug. That is so cute, a little ladybug. Aw. So I do have something to stick pins to. I have my little, it's right up there. It is a compass, and I actually really like the design of it in general. So even though I don't have any enamel pins, I'm pretty happy with how it is. But now I'm finally going to have some enamel pins to put on it. So number 2 is quite a bit bigger. Goodness, I am so intrigued. Mythical Seasons collection. Ooh. Oversized glass mug. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Yes, please. Look at this. Oh, this is cute. It feels much more springy than winter with all the butterflies and the purples, but wow. This is nice. Okay. Alright. I'll have to bring that downstairs when we go downstairs to decorate, because I've only decorated the book room. I needed a break. Alright, and then the third one. There are 24. Today is December 3rd. Yes, it is. So, ooh. Oh, how pretty. Oh, and it's nice and long. It is this gorgeous key. Oh my word. It's a nice long chain, which I am so incredibly happy that it's long. I love mixing long and short necklaces, so that's great because I only have short gold ones. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, I should probably definitely be scratching off so I can tell you. So I looked for a coin, but because we're in the library, all I have are my foreign coins, so I grabbed Tucson from Kyrgyzstan. So that's what we are going to use to scratch off the enamels. So, first one is an adorable itty bitty ladybird mini pin. So, enjoy a holiday beverage in this oversized glass mug. Lucky dip from 4 seasonal magical creature designs. And they are cute designs. Like, I got pictures of the other designs in with it too, and they're so pretty that I would probably want to collect them all. And then the third one is the Key to the Library necklace, inscribed Bohord, Old English word for library, which translates to book hoard. Perfect! Well, that's just pretty darn perfect for me. Where does it have that inscribed? There it is, right on the neck of the key. It's there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to the book haul portion of this reset. I am so excited. I've got quite the mix of books of ones that just caught my eye, ones that I've been wanting, new releases, and holiday reads. So let's dive right into it. The first one on the list is one that really just kind of caught my eye. Obviously, the cover is very gorgeous, and then the premise sounded interesting, and that is The Stars Are Dying, and this is by Chloe C. Peñaranda, and this is a vampire trials, but also, like, I don't know if our main character is cursed or has some other mysteries pertaining to her and what makes her different from everyone else, of course. So you have your main character who faces these trials, and whoever wins gets protection from the vampires, I believe. But she has a secret that she has teamed up with a character named Night, and she knows that she cannot trust Night. So, a good dark fantasy, lots of twists and turns, maybe some romance, who knows, but a vampire trials fantasy book, and it's just absolutely stunning, this cover. And then open it up too, and you've got this, like, oh my word, oh my word. So, that one just caught my eye. The other one that just kind of caught my eye is The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. There was a sale going on, or there was an event going on at one of my local bookstores that's also a coffee shop, so I needed to get like some sort of mystery thriller horror book in order to apply for the sale. So of course, this is what I went with. I don't think I've actually read anything by Lucy Foley, but I've heard a lot about her. So I believe this deals with like a mansion and possibly folklore. Like the mansion is beautiful and perfect, but the people don't like it because it's trying to privatize beaches and things like that. But there's something going on. I don't really want to know much about this before going into it, so yeah, just welcome to the opening weekend of The Manor, a luxury resort built on top of old secrets in an ancient forest. So that's really all I need to know. These next two books were ones I had been wanting to get for a while, and I just haven't purchased them either because other books caught my eye or, you know, whatever else. So the first one is Finley Donovan is Killing It, and this is by El Casimano. I am up to date on this series, I believe. There are 4 or 5 books and I have read them all, but I don't own any of them. But I've been really enjoying the series, so I decided that this would be a good investment for my shelves. So I started off with buying the first one. The final book for this category is Her Radiant Curse by Elizabeth Lim, and I cannot believe it has taken me this long to purchase the book, but the reason is because the other books that I have, except for her first duology, are all the UK edition, and I love those covers so much more than the US North American editions. So it's a bit more of a process for me to get online and find it and wait for it to come, because why order a book online when I could just go to the store and get it? Well, because then I get prettier covers this way. But I've read it, I love this book, and I'm so excited to finally add this book and its gorgeous cover to my collection. Now we are going to move on to the recent releases that just came out that I'm really excited for. Also, I realized that I've not taken any stickers off of these, so just bear with me. I will be doing that right after this clip, for sure. So the first one is Stranger Skies, and this is by Pascal Lascelles. This is a thick chonker. This is the second book after the Curious Tides book. It is a dark academia series, and it's called, like, there is a huge map in this. Oh, that's so pretty, of campus. Oh my goodness, this is a chunk. I'm so excited, and it's got, of course, all the moon phases and their magic and everything like that. Oh, that's gonna be so incredibly nice. But yeah, this book, I am so excited. The first book left off on such a cliffhanger too. Like, I was so upset. For some reason, I just didn't realize that it was going to be a series, and even if I had, I don't think it would have made a difference of reading the first book when I did. But if I had known that there was going to be a cliffhanger like that, then I would have waited until this book was out so that I wouldn't suffer as I've been suffering. So yeah, the second book just came out. So excited to read it and resolve that cliffhanger. Oh my word. Moving on, I have Wisteria, and this is by Adeline Grace. This is the third book in the Belladonna trilogy. Funny enough, I only have Foxglove, the second book, and now the third book in the trilogy. I don't actually have Belladonna, the first one, and that is because, again, similar thing, I didn't want to invest in the series until I knew that I liked it, so I waited for the second book to come out, and then I absolutely loved it, and I actually bought the hardcover of the second book thinking I already had the first book for some strange, deranged reason. I don't even know. But then it turns out I don't have it, but it was released in paperback, and I bought the second one, and of course now the third one in hardcover, so I just need to buy Belladonna online so that I can get it in hardcover to match the rest of the series, because I'm trying to be more intentional about that, because I love it when series match. So yeah, I really just need to like order it from Barnes & Noble online so I can select the hardcover version rather than like going into store where they only have the paperback. But I have read the first two. I have not read this one yet, but I do have the audiobook, and it actually expires in 4 days. So as soon as I finish The Champion of Fate, then this will be the next book that I pick up. Also to note, I did get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of this. I believe the original edition has like darker color flowers, kind of the color of the title here, and this is white. I mean, I think it still looks really pretty, and it's what was in front on the shelf, so it's what I got. And then the final book in this category is not actually a recent release, because this author has released another book since then. But again, I purchased this series in paperback, so I was waiting for this book to come out in paperback. And now that it has, I got it. And that is The Brothers Hawthorne. This is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's part of her Inheritance Games series. This is like the fourth book. I read it. I read the trilogy. I loved it. I read this book. I loved it. So the most recent one that came out is like The Grandest Game or something like that, but it's again only hardcover, so I will wait to purchase that until it is paperback. But yeah, so I finally got this, and that just makes me feel so much better because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to get this book, let me tell you. I guess I kind of just did, so. Next up, I have 3 graphic novels that I have been obsessed with recently. I don't know if you've seen, I don't know if I filmed it. I don't even remember what I put in videos anymore. But I read the first volume of Fence, and I absolutely adored it. And so I immediately had to go out and get more. So I have Fence Volume 2, Fence Volume 3, and Fence Volume 4, which is called Rivals. I know there are at least 6 volumes, so I do not have all of them yet, but I will eventually. I just really wanted to get these, and I'm actually so incredibly fortunate because I was able to find perfect edition of used copies at my local bookstore, so I was able to get them for not near as expensive as like a full price book at Barnes & Noble's. So that was really nice, and I cannot wait to read these. I will probably read these like right before the end of the year when I'm trying to still hit my yearly book count goal. So I just don't know if I can wait that long, but we'll see. I want to read them so badly. Now, the final category are the holiday books that I have purchased for this season. These will probably make an appearance in my holiday TBR video, but there will be other books in that as well, so definitely keep an eye out for that video. Maybe hit the subscribe and the bell to be notified if you want to watch that video. Anyway, moving on. So I have Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison, and this I believe is one of those like contemporary series. This is the first one, but there are other books that have been released since then, but I think you can read them in any order. But again, this is the first one, so it doesn't really matter. And you have your main character who is trying to save this tree farm that she just had such fond memories of in her childhood, and she goes to it and it's an absolute ruin. So she fills out an application for some sort of competition from an influencer or something like that, but on her application she says that she has a boyfriend that helps her run the farm, and that's not exactly true. So then there's this guy, her best friend, I think. He's going to get hot chocolate and she's like, "You're my boyfriend now," and he's like, "What?" So I think it is a friends to lovers fake dating to save the Christmas farm, and I'm here for the vibes. I'm fully here for the vibes because I'm not really one of a friends to lovers, but I do love fake dating. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy it enough that the vibes are good and the writing is good. I believe the two others I got just came out this year, I believe. So I have the Christmas Crush by Noelle Douglas, and I saw the baking and the cover and I was like, yeah, it's a baking Christmas romance. Obviously I need this in my life because I love baking romances like nobody's business, and to make it holiday, even better. So yeah, we are following our female main character who runs like this huge franchise of a cookie industry, like a huge bakery. And she's opening up in this small town in Pennsylvania, and she opens up, I don't know if it's like across the street or close to our local baker. He specializes in cookies as well, and so he is really worried about the financial situation for his shop. And then there is also a like sugar cookie, I don't know if sugar cookie, a cookie baking competition around the holidays, and they both enter, I believe. So I love a baking competition. I love holiday baking. It's romance. It reminds me a lot of the book that I just read, Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, but that was very autumnal, and that was like young adult. They were 15 and 16 in high school. This is gonna be adult, basically the same thing, but with Christmas instead of autumn, and like cookies instead of a pumpkin spice latte. And I think this is going to deliver what I wanted from that book, or what I thought that book was, and then it just ended up wasn't, which was fine. I just wasn't prepared. So this is gonna get my cravings. I'm so excited. The final one is Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. So this is a sapphic breakup to lover. I don't know what that trope is, but basically our main character was left at the altar, or was broken up by her fiance, and she's obviously really sad. And time passes and she gets invited by somebody else on her quartet, she's a musician, to spend Christmas with their family in a not Manhattan area, so that it's a little more of a calmer and casual Christmas. So she goes to this family's Christmas celebrations, and lo and behold, the sister of her friend brings a friend, and it's her ex-fiance. And her ex-fiance just got kicked out of her band, so she's not doing so hot either. And then there is like this speed holiday dating thing, and they are pretending they don't know each other, but I think they're gonna fall back in love, and it's two musicians. So I thought that would be sweet. Really, I'm just here for the sapphic holiday romance. I feel like I had my sapphic holiday romance last year, and now I have one for this year. So there we go. So those are all the books that I'm hauling. It was a fairly sizable haul for a vlog, but I'm just so happy to have it done. And now I am going to go downstairs, finish decorating downstairs in the living room. I don't have a lot of decorations, like I said, so it won't be too much, but really I'm also just excited to pull my Christmas mugs from the back to the front and put all the fall ones closer to the back. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go do that. yeah, like I said, not quite as many decorations for the bookshelves, but still a little something something just to make them a little more wintry and everything like that. So my Scandinavian dwarf, snowman, Christmas trees with the dragon because he lives in front all year round, more Christmas trees and whatnot. So yeah, there we go. All right, I've got like just a couple other things before we wrap up this video. The first of which being I am getting back into journaling very, very lightly though. Like I am not doing any fancy spreads or anything like that. I want to start the fancy spreads again in January, but even then, like I'm not an artist, so I'm just gonna leisurely do my recordings. But for now, I'm just writing down the books that I read each month just in a list so that when I start making my like end of the year wrap up videos, like my favorites, my least favorites, etc. and so forth, then I still have an on paper list. It's much easier for me to comprehend than Goodreads. So I have started doing that and that makes me really happy. And then I recently decided to pull out my Kindle. So I have a Kindle and I never talk about it on here because I haven't used this in years. Like I loved my Kindle when my parents first got it for me in high school. I absolutely adored it. I used it so much. And then I just kind of fell out of it. I think I transitioned from ebooks into audiobooks, and that was kind of the main like new source of reading for me, especially while traveling. But because I can't read in the car, so I would just listen to audiobooks instead. But recently I've kind of had it where like I can't bring books with me to school every day, but I'm gonna have time at school. I could be reading a book or like just very other situations where I'm like, you know what, an e-reader would kind of be perfect right now. And I have one and I have charged it, and I think actually it is fully charged. Yes, it is fully charged by now. So I would like to get back into using this e-reader. I don't like the case I have for it. Obviously it's not very cute. Like there are just so many adjustments I want to make, but I have a working e-reader linked to my Amazon account and my library cards. So I want to start checking books out from the library here because I only own like 3 or 4 books on this thing. Like I don't buy ebooks, but we'll see. If you have recommendations, drop them below because I feel like I'm starting from the very beginning with this. So I don't really know what's going on. All I know is I want a new case and I want to get back into ebooks. And then the final thing is that we have a free little library in our front yard. It was a birthday gift from my partner to me for my birthday, but it has been a little chaotic with the wood shortage and then various elements not being shipped and whatnot, but it is finally assembled. We have not painted it or decorated it yet, but it is assembled and it is the front yard, so I am going to stock it with books, and that is going to be the last thing that I do for my monthly reset day. It is also 5 o'clock in the evening. This has been an all-day process and it's been just wonderful to go through, clean the house a little bit, redecorate. And so it's nice that the last thing I'm going to do is get these stacks of books out of the library, because I have had these books picked out for the little library since my birthday in May when I knew I was getting one. So I'm just going to quick go through and put the books that I am going to put them in there. So Tiger's Curse, I read it, I didn't love it, but I like it, so it's going in. The Emperor's Blade, I have not read this. It's one of those where I probably won't ever read it, but just in case somehow, for some reason I do, I'll have it in the front yard unless somebody takes it, and that's perfectly fine. I don't care. Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. I don't have any other books in this series. I really only have the Percy Jackson books. So if I do get reinvested into Rick Riordan, I would rather get like the whole series and start from the beginning. So Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows. Again, I really wanted to read this, but I just haven't picked it up. So if I do pick it up, it'll be over audio or ebook or something, and then I can take it back from, but probably not, and it is an ARC copy anyway, so I wouldn't be able to sell it anyway. That's Not My Name by Megan Lawley. I adored this book. I gave it 5 stars. I just accidentally bought 2 copies. I bought a copy, didn't realize I already had it, so it'll go on the front free little library for somebody else to enjoy. The Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. I read this years ago. I absolutely hated it. I could not stand it. It should not be on my shelves, but I have a hard time letting go of it purely because it is dark academia and I like the cover. So this is my happy medium of I hated this book, it shouldn't be on my shelves, but it's not leaving the property unless somebody else takes it. It's also an advanced reader copy, so I'm not able to sell it to a bookstore anyway. I have this trilogy, The Summoning, The Awakening, The Reckoning. I read The Summoning. I haven't read the second or third book. I probably should because they were a gift from my friend, but I'm not feeling it. This is a series that I think just did not really age super well, so I'm just gonna shamefully put that in the free little library. I'm also aware that not all of these books will fit, and in that case I'll figure something else out. And then I actually have 2 copies of The Midnight Jewel, and then I have a copy here. This, I was working so hard to get my hands on a copy like this off of like thrift books, and they sent me a library edition, which is not what I had bought. I don't like buying the library ones. I know you can take the plastic off, but that was too much work and it's old and yellow and I just didn't want that. And then the replacement they sent me was one without any sort of cover, with no paper on it. It wasn't like, so that really annoyed me, so I finally gave up and bought it somewhere else. But now I have 3 copies of this book that I did really enjoy. I just don't need 3 copies and I don't like these 2. I'm talking so fast. And then the final 2 are Better Off Friends by Elizabeth Elberg and Beheld by Tarashia Nesbitt, and these are books that were gifted to me by people that I will never read because I have no interest in them, so hopefully somebody else will. Oh my goodness, that is everything. Okay, reading update. I finished Champion of Fate by Kindle Blake. This was pretty good. I give it a 3 stars. There were just some things with the writing and some plot things that I was like, this wasn't very exciting. It could have been done a little bit better. The characters were like, okay. I just wasn't very invested in the characters. I was very invested in the plot and the premise, and then I just feel like it wasn't executed in a way that I personally would have loved. So other people will probably love this. I loved Kindle Blake's other series, so I will probably keep going. I don't know if I'll keep going with this series, honestly. We'll just have to see, but I will definitely be willing to read more from Kindle Blake after this series. So I did finish this. I am currently reading The Handmaid's Tale because I'm reading that for class, and I am almost done with it. I'm hoping to have it finished tonight because I have to have it finished for class tomorrow, but I have time before class if need be. So that's the reading update. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified. I'm trying to post 1 video soon, hopefully 2 videos once school is out, because I have a lot of content planned and I'm super excited. So you should definitely subscribe. Comment down below maybe your favorite winter decoration or Christmas, or if you have any like winter, Christmas, other winter holidays, Hanukkah. Anyway, recommendations, put them down below. I love to chat with you guys in the comments. I have other bookish social media linked down below, like my Bookstagram and Goodreads and Amazon list and all that. So if you want, you can go and follow me there. Thank you all very much for watching again, and until I see you in the next video, happy reading!